Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of a different vibe here. Just getting comfy in my chair. Not recording this on my webcam. Not my usual camera. Bought a new mic for my camera, but I'm struggling for video ideas because I have other shit to do. Anyway, today's video, as you can see by what we have on screen, we are I am going to be ranking some biscuits. You know, I've got 15 here. I couldn't think of any more. I did ask, did some research a while back. Asked a few of my mates what their favorite biscuits were. So yeah, I've put some in here. Got the rankings, obviously. We have, as you can see, my cursor. 1 sitting, 2 sittings. So that's how many sittings it would take to eat the whole pack, you know? If it's 1 sitting, it must be a good pack of biscuits. If you can eat the whole packet in 1 sitting, you know? 2 sittings, yeah, that's right. Not first choice, that's, you know, kind of the biscuits. If you had, say you had 2 packets of biscuits in the cupboard, you open the cupboard and you go, yeah, I'm not gonna have that one. I'll save it for next time. So that's where those ones will go. Not first choice. If the cupboard is empty, obviously, you know, if you're hungry, you're gonna still eat biscuits even if they're shit. So that's kind of that one. Not worth my time. These are I mean, I love biscuits. Hopefully none of them end up in that section. But we'll just have to see as we go along, to be honest. If you don't agree with me, make sure to leave your meanest comment down in the comment section. I will be shouting out whoever is the meanest to me. Obviously not going to shout anyone out if they say something like really mean. That's kind of fucked up, you know, but I mean, you know, all in moderation. So I think we'll just work left to right here. You can see all of the biscuits down below. I'll start off with Tams. That's what these are if you can't tell. Tams, they're an Australian biscuit. Honestly, I've tried these. My sister sent me them, and they were enjoyable. I enjoyed them. There's some weird way that you're meant to eat them, where you like bite off the corner, and then you have a tea, and you use the Tim Tam as a straw, and it makes like the inside of the biscuit. Like, yeah, I can't remember if I actually did it, to be honest, but I do remember eating the whole packet. But I think it took me a few days. They were nice biscuits. But just because it's not something we get here, I think I put it slap bang in the middle, you know. It's not something I eat consistently. We need a bit of consistency for it to be a good biscuit, you know. It's not really a staple of my diet compared to some of these other biscuits, you know. So that's why it's getting a mid-range ranking, I would say. Yeah, that makes sense to me, I think. If you get the chance to try it, they're worth it. They are nice, to be fair. I wouldn't miss this one, guys, on your biscuit world tour. Next up, bit of a debatable one. Jaffa Cakes. Is it a biscuit? Is it a cake? It says cake in its name. I wasn't gonna include it, to be honest, but when I did my kind of market research, sending my surveys out, getting responses, this was a big one. A lot of people said Jaffa Cakes were their favourite, which made me think that I would have to include it for that reason if people are voting for it. So I've included it here. I'm gonna come out and say it. Wasn't a fan of Jaffa Cakes until I was about 20 years old. Actually, maybe 19, when I grew up a bit, you know, push came to shove, I was hungry, you know, had the munchies or something, and worst came to worst, I had no biscuits, didn't know what to do, and someone hooked me up with some Jaffa Cakes, and I was like, oh, I don't really like them, to be honest, but, you know, give them a go, and I enjoyed them, you know, honestly. Yes, what I would say is, when it comes down to it, I mean, is it really a biscuit? And also the fact that I only started eating them kind of last year, 2 years ago. Again, kind of the same as a Tim Tam. It's not something I would go out and buy, really. I do like the ones from Marks and Spencer's because I'm a big Tory. I think I would put them in not first choice again. That's going to be a bit, I think that might be a bit, might get a bit backlash for that, to be honest, because, you know, Jaffa Cakes, everyone does love a Jaffa Cake, but yeah, just for the reasons I've previously stated, seeing as this is my biscuit tier list and not a list of the people, I would personally rank it about midway. I would eat them, obviously, if offered. Wouldn't go out of my way to buy them, I don't think. Although I definitely think I was quite childish for not eating them most of my childhood. That was yeah, should have eaten them more. Now we get into some big guns here. I got the milk chocolate digestives. Very enjoyable, obviously. So milk chocolate digestives. I mean, what more is there to say? I didn't include plain digestives. I maybe could have, but again, not really something I eat. I feel like plain digestives they're quite old-fashioned. Big for their time, definitely, but who would eat a plain one when you could put chocolate on it? To be honest, I've eaten these in one sitting before, and I'll probably continue to do so. Bit of a no-brainer for me. Great biscuit overall, you know, just great, yeah. Dunking in stuff in your tea, coffee, just eating in general. I like eating them, personally, so... One sitting, not much else to say about it, is there? Next up, Daniel Smith actually asked me to put these in. Ginger nuts. Don't know why he asked for them. No one likes them. Bit weird. Yeah, don't know. It's not really your cult classic, your chocolate digestive or something. Ginger nut. It's a bit of an old-fashioned one again. I think hasn't really evolved with the times. You know, put chocolate on a digestive, look where it's gone. But I don't know. Put chocolate on a ginger nut. You're in for a good weekend at least. But think of the repercussions in the future. I mean, honestly, I was thinking about putting them in not worth my time because you know who's really gonna buy these? But think about it this way: you're starving. You're at your grand's house maybe, or someone over the age of 50, because I mean, who else buys these? Maybe you've been kidnapped and you're trying to make a great escape. Your kidnapper's house, he's an old man. Go into the cupboard, packet of ginger nuts. To be honest, if I'm making a break for it and I'm looking for food to survive in the wild after I've just escaped my capturer, I would probably take a packet of ginger nuts, to be honest. So if the cupboard was empty and it was only them, I probably would take them. Great. I feel like we're really making a lot of progress here. I think this might be one of my best videos yet, to be honest. Next up, we've got the bourbon cream, sometimes what it's called, I believe, or bourbon. Don't know how else you could maybe pronounce it. Bonbon, if you're blind. Quite a British staple. I've always wondered about biscuits like this. Imagine making a biscuit and then just stamping its name into it. Like, imagine every digestive had digestive written on it. It'd be quite odd, wouldn't it? I mean, I know the OG digestives, they do have digestive written on them. Doesn't maybe adds to the texture a little bit, but in this case, I mean, it's quite lazy. Look at the text on that like, you think over the years they would have maybe changed the font, you know, made it look a bit fancy. Put a fancy font on it, psst, add another 10p on top, increase your profits. You know, sounds like a good business idea to me. But you know, I'm here. I don't own any biscuits. Don't sell any biscuits at least, so I'm the fool. See, the thing is, bourbons, it's not something I've bought recently, and to be honest, I don't buy them that often, but if I was presented with a packet, I probably would polish it off one sitting, maybe two, because you know, they're quite thick packs, you get quite big ones usually. It's not like a pack of Fox's Viennese fingers, you know, you get like 10 in a pack, like 10, polish off 2 packets easy, man, in like one sitting, because like, that's only 20 biscuits, that's not that many. They're small biscuits, not that small, but I mean, so realistically 2 bites for a Fox's Viennese, and it's done. 10 biscuits, what's that, 20 bites a packet, 40 bites, probably the same amount of bites you take when eating your dinner, honestly. But then bourbons, they come in packs of about 600, it costs about 30p, so weighing up the positives, the negatives, you know, can be a bit dry. The cream in the middle sometimes doesn't do enough, I would say. I don't really know what the holes are for either. I mean, why has it got holes stamped in it? Bit of a bizarre thing. Weighing it up, I would probably go 2 sittings, honestly. Put it above not first choice, because it is something I would pick up, and the 2 that I've put in there, Tams and Jaffa Cakes, are something I would never really go for. I would go for a bourbon in the shops, to be honest, so I'll put it in 2 sittings. I think that's a fair reflection of its reputation, you know, as kind of a staple. Next up we have Choco Leibniz. These biscuits, they're alright. They're alright. When you're up against those names, Choco Leibniz, you know, honestly, just for the sake of the video, I think I might have to put it in here. I'd say it's not worth my time. I would eat them, to be honest, so it makes me kind of think I should push it to if the cupboard's empty. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of them, to be honest. It's just kind of swayed my decision. That's why I think they deserve to be the bogey biscuits of this, you know, still strong. I would say this is the Premier League of biscuits, to be honest. You can see who's kind of getting relegated and who's getting Champions League football kind of off the bat. It's you know, but again, if you disagree with me, just make sure you're dropping it in the comment section below, guys. More comments on my video, more views, more interactions. You know, I really do just enjoy interacting with you guys. Just really makes my day. I feel like I'm speaking like a robot. So next up we have Biscoff biscuits, kind of your coffee shop standard, you know, and I love coffee shops personally. Well, let's think about this logically. If presented the opportunity, could I eat a whole packet in one sitting? I reckon I could do it, but the real question is, would I want to do it? Would I even want to do it in 2 sittings? Probably not. Do you know what? These biscuits are nice for maybe dunking in a hot chocolate or a coffee or a tea even. I just think once you discover Biscoff spread, the novelty of the actual biscuit really goes out the window. Biscoff spread, you can just get a spoonful, eat out the jar. Bish bash bosh. Could I polish off a whole jar in one sitting? That's for a different video. I could do that, you know. If people would like to see it, maybe I'd give it a bash. Realistically, would you want to eat a whole packet of these biscuits? I'm gonna go with probably not. Not the most exciting, you know. It's got its strengths. Nice, I would say it's got a nice flavour, but again, just a bit dry. Not much going on with it really. Give them kudos for a bit of a different shape, you know. Bit of detailing's gone into it, which is nice to see, especially when you look at something like bourbon, which is just lazy, just lazy design, to be honest. But kind of, you know, unlike clothes, when it comes to biscuits, doesn't matter if it looks good. No, it's all about the taste. It's going in my belly, it's going in my mouth, it's not going on my head. So for that, I would put the Biscoff in if the cupboard is empty. Again, same hypothetical situation. If I've just escaped from my captors in I don't know, maybe I've been kidnapped in the deep jungle of South America, and on my way out after escaping, I notice a cupboard and I'm like, oh, probably get some supplies for the road. I go quickly, you know, run in, open the cupboard. If I see a pack of Biscoff, probably would take it, but yeah, be alright, take some of these. Probably would take them over the ginger nuts, to be honest. Ginger nuts don't really feel that good in my mouth usually, it's a bit of a mouthful, but a Biscoff, you know, it's nice texture, definitely. Don't really have anything else to say on it. Custard creams, this is, you know, another household staple in the UK, maybe other places, I don't really know, don't really care about anywhere other than Scotland, to be honest, because I'm just so patriotic. I am waffling, Jesus. So, custard creams, yeah. First of all, the design looks nice, I would say. A nice looking a biscuit, really, you know, a bit of craftsmanship goes into it, and you know, that does get you bonus points for that, looking like a nice biscuit. You know, if you're consistently uneven, maybe get marked down for that, but this is definitely tick, a positive in the positives box. I'm just gonna cut to the chase with this one, guys. My sister and my dad, did my dad do it? It was mostly my sister, would get a pot of custard, you know, like Devon custard, and put it in a bowl. She would then get custard creams, break them up, and put them in the custard and eat it with a spoon. And I was quite young at the time. She said it was amazing. My dad, he enjoyed this delicacy as well. I remember one time being like, family like it. Maybe it's just one of those family things. I mean, it looks a bit gross, but I'll give it a bash. So pot of custard in, a few custard creams, went to eat it. I think I had maybe one mouthful before I projectile vomited everywhere, mostly in the toilet, luckily. But no, I don't know if I was previously unwell for some reason, or the custard creams just cursed me. I'd liked custard creams before that incident, but as soon as I tried it with custard, yeah, it was terrible. Wouldn't recommend. But it's like the Jaffa Cakes. They've had a bit of a resurgence in my life. I wouldn't say I'd go out of my way to buy them, to be honest, but if someone was handing them out, I probably would eat them. Because they did also make me throw up, I think I'm gonna have to put them if the cupboard is empty. Now again, quite controversial. Some people may be thinking he's just putting it there because he wants clickbait, he wants the views. And you're right. I'm living off this YouTube money now, so yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Just a reminder for that. Not finished the video yet, obviously. So next we've got jam and creams. It's a good video, good photo I've ripped off of Google here. It's got a little, what's that, a watermark I think at the bottom? What a wanker. Imagine watermarking your work. As if people are gonna steal it and not pay you. Dickhead. Jam and creams, honestly, one sitting. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One sitting. Am I putting them above chocolate digestives? Yes. Even if that was, you know, some people might argue dark chocolate digestives should be on here. I'd rank dark chocolate digestives about the same as milk chocolate. I like them both. I do think they're really good. But jam and creams, start of the show, honestly. Back in the day, 32p from Lidl. Get 10 of these bad boys. That's pretty good. What's that? 3.2 pence per biscuit. I mean, that is... imagine how many packs of jam and creams you could get for one pack of Choco Leibniz. Imagine that. Imagine actually, I would happily eat 3 packets of jam and creams before I'm asked to eat any of these. Anything below not first choice, I would eat probably 5 packets of jam and creams. Are they the best biscuits I've ever eaten? Tough to say, definitely tough to say. But they're up there. They're at the top of my list at the minute, but I'm just thinking, I'm a bit worried. Maybe I've missed some that I really like. But I'm not sure. Maybe if I think of some, I'll be quite upset. But at the minute, yeah, top of the list. We're not sure I'd say my favourite biscuit. There's some big ones coming up, you know. But just, I mean, the design, beautiful. Just such a appealing looking biscuit, I would say. The jam with the sugar on top. Just, yeah, really makes it, I don't know, that deep rich red raspberry jam combined with the sugar on top and the cream in the middle, well as the biscuit. It's just like the textures are just fantastic. The taste is amazing. Just can't, you know, the taste is just fantastic. So yeah, moving on. Maryland cookies next up. Again, another imposter, you could maybe say. Haha, guys, it's an Among Us reference. Imposter, get it? Yeah, because it's a cookie. Some people, I'm sure, would argue a cookie is not a biscuit. I would say Maryland cookies are a form of biscuit, I would say. Maybe not technically, but what I would define, or what I'm at least defining as a biscuit, is kind of, you get a packet of them. They are relatively of the same size, all of them quite small, whereas like a freshly baked cookie that you can get from supermarkets or make yourself, I wouldn't class that as a biscuit, that's a cookie. But Maryland cookies, I would say, are pushing the boundaries of cookies and biscuits, you know, really testing the waters. And I would say that this is paying off for them, because I could definitely scran a packet of those in one sitting. That's a given. In fact, I've got a packet in the cupboard right now, and after all the hard work I've done putting into this video, I could probably go and eat a full packet of them, to be honest. Might even go to Scotland and get 2 more packets. Do you know what, guys? Let me know in the comments how many packets of biscuits you reckon you could eat in one sitting. Maybe let me know your favourite biscuit and how many packets you reckon you could eat in one sitting. And maybe we could get a video together, you know. If you want to submit you eating a packet of biscuits to me, maybe I could make a biscuit speedrun video. So, you know, if you want to feature in that, then drop a comment as well. Basically, if you're actually alive at this point, just drop a comment on the video. Maryland cookies, chocolate chips, you know, they're a beautiful cookie, beautiful biscuit. I mean, very, very easy to eat. And the beautiful thing about Maryland cookies is that you can just don't even have to really take a bite out of them. It's just one and go, which is beautiful. You know, something like a milk chocolate digestive, it's a bit of a struggle getting the full thing in your mouth. I can't do it, you know, and especially with like Daniel Smith's balls, they're hard. I mean, ginger nuts, they're hard getting them in your mouth. But yeah, Maryland, really easy. And I think that's, you know, all of these things I've said really just adds to it. The real question is, would I rank it higher than Digestives? Buy them both about as frequently, but I think I've maybe eaten more Marylands recently, to be honest. I do have some Maryland stans as well in my comment section. I know at least Ewan Montgomery is a big fan of them, and Serena. Yeah, she loves them as well. So yeah, I think I'd put them second. I think that's a good spot for them right now. Next up, we've got Oreos. Again, I think they're actually called Oreo cookies, but someone did vote for these, surprisingly. Someone voted for Oreos as their favorite biscuit. I mean, imagine being that boring. As you can guess, I cut them out of my life immediately. Actually eating Oreos. Only thing I would say about Oreos, I mean, they're not terrible. They're not terrible, but they're nothing special. There's nothing special about them. The artwork on them, you know, it's nice. There's some effort's gone into it, but again, just it's not really breaking barriers here, you know. At least this is jam and cream. You've got jam, cream, sugar, biscuit. I mean, this is just biscuit and cream. And the biscuit, I would say, is not even particularly that good. It will get credibility though for the milkshakes. You know, if you can make an Oreo milkshake, that is one of my favorite things, to be honest. I love an Oreo milkshake. Great time that, and especially a good Oreo milkshake. I mean, that's definitely enough to not get put in not worth my time. But don't think I'll be going much higher, to be honest. I bought some Oreos to make Oreo milkshakes, and still got some in the packet. In my cupboard. I think I must have purchased them about 6 months ago and I've still not finished them. So fortunately for Oreos, I think, yeah, maybe behind the Biscoff. Sorry about that. Quite gassy today. So next up we have caramel digestives. Anyone that knows me will know that there's only one place these are going. Yeah, Cool. So next up we have... Just kidding. Caramel digestives. I mean, come on, can you really beat them? The only criticism I would have is the size of the packet. Compared to, you know, normal digestive packets, maybe like this size, I would say. Caramel digestives, a little bit smaller. They cut out a bit. I'm not sure why that is. Kind of fucked up, to be honest. That's it's actually cruelty to your customers, but they do it, and there's nothing I can do about that. But just honestly, the texture, the smooth caramel inside, it's just to die for. The only negative is when they're stored incorrectly at the incorrect temperature and the caramel goes hard inside. That's disgusting. It really does upset me when I get them like that. I make quite a big song and dance about it, but any man would over his favourite snack. And caramel digestives definitely take the top spot. I think I don't see any of the other three maybe coming close, but I don't see them beating them. I eat this biscuit so consistently, and I don't think that I've ever bought a packet of caramel digestives and not scrammed them in one sitting. It's quite bad, actually. To be honest, if I was to guess, I could probably eat in one sitting. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna be realistic here. 3. I could eat 3 packets because the packets are smaller, remember? And obviously I'm not knocking them down for the small packet because, as I stated before, I mean, pack of caramel digestives, you maybe get like 20 biscuits in a packet, whereas jam and creams you get about 10. You know, it's close, but definitely caramel digestives on top. Next I've got chocolate hobnobs. A bit of a different one, kind of a copycat to the digestive, but with a bit of a different texture. And although I do like crunchy Biscoff, I do prefer smoother digestives. So for this reason, I'm gonna put hobnobs as not first choice. I'm gonna put them in here. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to buy them, but if I did see them in the shop and they were sold out of every other biscuit, I probably would buy them. I do enjoy them. They're a nice biscuit. I just don't see myself eating them in 1 or 2 sittings. It would maybe be a few sittings. Kind of pace myself a bit of a hardier cookie or biscuit. So that's why it's been knocked down a few pegs. Coming to the end here, everyone, you'll be happy to know. Jammy Dodgers. Sean Finley once told me that you can get them at Tesco. Jammy Dodgers. There's a song. I'm sure it's coming out on his new EP if he ever drops that. Can I say that? Probably can't say that, to be honest. Does anyone know who Sean Finley is? No one tell him that I said that. Won't go down well. It's an unreleased banger. Fuck, I'm gonna be on drama alert. So Jammy Dodgers. These are, yeah, definitely in one sitting. I could eat these, and I mean, this packet that they're showing is actually only 8, which means I could probably eat about 4 packets of these. Saved them to the end, I guess, because they're one of the best cookies. But yeah, not too sure where I would rank them out of these 5. This is, you know, it's tricky. It's really at the crunch point now. I think just because of the jam, and I do like the jam, I'd have to put them up into 3rd place. Quite spectacular, actually. The raspberry jam ones are really nice, as well as the strawberry ones. So that's multiple flavors, you know. When kind of like the digestives, you know, when you're making multiple good biscuits, you know you're onto something. Maybe we just don't hear about the bad ones. But yeah, I mean, texture, jam, just beautiful in a biscuit. And one of your 5 a day, so has to get put on there, really. And finally, the final biscuit. I'll add a little cheering effect in here because we've got to the end of the video. No people like, you know, not many people make it to the end of my videos. I've been looking on my watch time. It's a good one, guys. Yeah. So, Viennese. These are the Fox's Viennese. I don't know if they're called whirls, or is it? No. Fox's Viennese fingers. I have big fingers, I can relate. Mr. Viennese, don't have much chocolate between mine, unlike his. Mine aren't as tasty anyway. Beautifully smooth, these biscuits, especially Marks and Spencer's do some as well. Off-brand, obviously, not Fox's, but they're something else. Just such an elegant biscuit, I would say. It really melts in your mouth. You feel good after eating this kind of biscuit, you know, it's one of those. I've probably eaten about over 200 packets of these in my life, maybe more to myself. And again, because of the low quantity of biscuits inside, I reckon I could probably polish off like 3 or 4 packets maybe in one sitting. This is when it gets tough. This is really tough, to be honest. I think I might have to put it into 3rd place just because of the sheer quantity of these that I've consumed. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that, to be honest. That's just a bit of a conclusion. So as you can see from the screen, only one not worth my time, and only one I would eat in 2 sittings. So you know, maybe I should have had my headings a bit more concise to kind of spread it out. But looking at this, I'm pretty happy with that list. I think that's fair. As I've said earlier, this is just my own views, you know. I do have a degree in biscuit tasting, but you know, you can make up your own opinion and decide what your favourite biscuit is. Please let me know in the comments. I love everything biscuit related. If you own any biscuits, or have eaten biscuits recently, or even smell of biscuits, just let me know. So thanks for watching. Make sure to poop react to this this video, and I will see you sometime in the next week to 4 months. See you later.